What's up, what's up, what's up? This is Oshin, and this is Oshin's View. You already know who I'm in the building with. Little brother Devin Epps.
What's good?
And on the boards, Willie Negro doing this thing. Yo, the joy, it feels good to have an intro. Shout out to my man, 85%.
Yeah.
Together.
85.
Because we used to be in there struggling, like, what song you want to play at the beginning. You have to deal with none of that no more.
It's good.
Like, that's just small mouse
progress.
That you just get out the way. Just get out the way. Speaking of getting out the way, Hallie Berry seems to be in some sort of, I don't want to call it hot water, because people get married and people get divorced. That's how things go.
No, it's just a cycle is what it is.
She's finalizing her divorce to Hallie Martinez. It says the divorce is being finalized, but she will pay the major child support. So in their joint custody, she still has to pay for school. She still has to give child support of $8,000 a month to Hallie.
Joint custody?
Yes. She will also pay an additional, this sounds crazy to me, 4.3% of all income she receives above $2 million. Now, Will is the math guy. I'm not looking for the number, but what I'm saying is this. The way I just read that just now, and I thought about it. So it says she'll pay 4.3% on every income of $2 million and above. So that means, in my mind, if she gets paid $8 million for something, that's 4.3 4 times. You see what I'm saying? Like at least 16. Does that turn to 16%? She said on every $2 million.
No, to me, yeah.
So if she make more than $2 million, anything above that $2 million,
exactly, he
get 4.2% of.
Oh, okay,
right.
See, this is why you're the math guy, because I definitely would have I'd had this dude going down like, yo, bitch on me, 16%. Right. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Not how it works.
Yeah. And so, social media has been, I'm not gonna say up in arms, but women. First off, what are y'all takes on guys receiving child support? I know what I think, but I want to hear what y'all got to say first.
I think it's one of those things where if they're the better parent, then maybe that's what needs to be done. I don't think that child support comes in many ways. It comes in emotional support. It comes in financial support. Those are the aspects of supporting a child. So if one is not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then one should pay.
I got a problem with you saying the better parent. Because that sounds a little subjective.
It does. Okay, so when I say the better parent, I am thinking in terms of one is unfit, or the court has ruled or deemed one parent more suitable than the other.
Well, when you say unfit, though, like most of the situations that I see, both parents are pretty fit. Like neither one of them is unfit. You see what I'm saying?
True.
And a lot of the situations I see, the one parent is more financially able to take care of this kid, and that's the parent that usually doesn't get the child. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so better is subjective.
Yeah.
What I'm asking you is, you, sir, would you take child support from a chick?
I'm petty. Yes, I would. Of course. Yes, the fuck I would. Yes. Even if I didn't need it, even if I didn't want it, yes, I would take child support from a chick. Yes, I would. Yeah.
Well, first off,
it's my money and I want it now.
It's hilarious that Dev used unfit. Because I was like, does this nigga think that she's Hallie Berry from Losing Isaiah? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I started thinking.
No, I'm thinking.
Were you subconsciously thinking that?
No, when I'm thinking unfit, I'm thinking that she has a schedule per se that does not suit the rearing of a child.
I can go for that. Yeah, but I gotta believe the courts know clearly. They know she's a well-known actress. She's an upper echelon, financially as well. She has nannies, so it's like I don't think there's a that's a strike against Halle because she's able to have nannies and stuff like that. Stuff counts.
But there's also a trend here, and she's also a common denominator in all of these situations. She somehow ends up paying alimony. Is it because she's always made more, or is it because something's wrong with Hallie Berry?
I don't know if she made more money than David Justice at the time.
Or Eric Benet, because Eric Benet was hot at the time.
Yeah, but I think she made more money.
Yeah, R&B money wasn't Hallie Berry money. Right.
We ain't got to get on that, but he clearly is not a king of R&B.
Nah, nowhere near.
So,
nowhere near.
You know what I'm saying?
He got slaps, though. Don't do that. He got slaps.
Sing one right now. Do it. Hurry up. Gun to your head, Eric Benet.
Georgie Porgy.
Okay.
Eric Benet.
After that.
The other joint. That
is Eric Benet. Okay, all right, okay, all right.
I'm tapped out after that.
After that?
No. He does have another joint. Or is it Georgie Porgy? No, excuse me. That was
Georgie Porgy. That's Georgie Porgy.
Georgie Porgy.
Come on, Will. Yeah. Come on, because you act like I'm trivializing Eric Benet's career, and we got two joints.
He can sing. Right. I think it's just he can sing.
He can go.
He can go. He has some joints.
Nobody's calling him the king of R&B, but he all right.
Okay. All right.
But back to Halle. I'm just saying.
Go back to Halle.
Well, you already know what kind of driver she is. Whatever.
Yo.
So I'm just saying. I think I preempted that one because we're headed to New York in a few weeks. I'm going to show y'all the West Side Highway that they was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So like, remember Jay was like, catch me on the West Side driving like Hallie Berry. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
He did say that.
But would I take child support from a woman? Well, as a man, no. Hell yeah. First off,
that's what I'm saying. Like what?
Let's just put this stigma to rest. Look here. It's all about the child.
Facts.
And it's about having the same type of household. At least this is how I look at child support. Mm-hmm. You want to give that child to not know the difference between households. Correct. Other than not living together. Like if our kid is used to a room full of all of his or her favorite toys and stuffed animals, guess what? That's how it's got to look. If they're used to waking up and it's always juice and snacks and things like that in the pantry, that's how it's got to look. And if they used to going into a basement and being like, I'm going to play on my side because we got these flat screen TVs, that's how it's got to look. Now, if I can't afford all that by myself, then you damn right, give it up. But even if I can't afford it by myself, give it up. That's it. Because these women gotta learn. You gotta stop always taking dudes down. I'm sick of it. The gloves are off.
Gloves off.
The gloves are off. Women gotta learn. You gotta learn. Child support from a deadbeat is one thing. But if the man is doing right by the kid, keep the courts out of it. Let's talk for real. Keep the courts out of it as much as you can. But women get other women in their ear. Yo, girl, you can get this. Because if you get that, that means you can start tucking your money and this, that, and the third. I used to deal with a woman. Never would say her name. It was out there in Atlanta. She lived in a real nice house. Like real nice. But, Atlanta, if you go down there with the right credit and a couple of dollars, you can get some things.
Yeah.
So, one day we were talking, and I said, her little son, who's actually older now, he's probably like 19, 20. She used to be like this. I used to be like, Dad, one day I was like, I know you do good with him, but what's up? What's up with that? She said, I don't buy him anything. So at first I was like, you doesn't buy him anything in terms of her just being cheap. She said, no, his father pays me about, first off, I don't know what this dude did, but I know for a fact the number she told me, she said, yo, this cat give her like $5,500 every month. That's a lot of money.
It's a sweet deal.
That's a sweet deal.
Sweet deal.
And on top of that, not only did he do that, in the summertime, he took him for the whole summer. But this is the kicker, and I know some women going to get percolated when I say this.
Yo.
Not only did he take him for the summer, he still sent the 55 to her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was up.
Oh, wow.
Whatever he was doing, he was up. Now, I don't believe this dude to be a millionaire, but he was up.
Yeah.
So, can you imagine how it is when it's millions involved? This is where them funny numbers like 4.3 get into
right,
and all that craziness. Because if this was the other way around, it wouldn't even be news. Just keep it 100. It wouldn't even be news.
No,
if it was
it's the way things go.
Well, that's where I was going with it.
Go ahead.
When I first read this, I was caught on the joint custody.
Uh-huh.
But joint custody is different than 50-50 custody.
Right. Right.
50-50 custody, that number goes down significantly. You see what I'm saying? And then I was like, yo, the 4.3, like this sounds crazy. Because I'm thinking about it from a man's point of view, because it's usually a man.
Right.
But then I said, they kicking Halle back. If this was a man, they wouldn't have thought twice. They would have said, if this was a man, they would have been like, she's stupid. She should have got more. You know what I mean?
Right.
She only got 8? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Especially when you see some of the numbers that's going around with these men that they throwing around to these baby moms. You know what I mean? Not even ex-wives. We talking baby moms getting 15, 20, 30,000 a month. You know what I mean? Just for, having a kid. But me personally, I don't know if I would take child support from a woman. It would be a shot to my ego. But I don't see nothing wrong with it. I actually advise somebody to do it. A man to do it who was raising his child and the mom wasn't there. I say, yo, you should probably get some child support. Because if you don't, you know what I mean? If the shoe was on the other foot, she won't want child support. And then years later, actually, because he was raising a daughter, the girl went with the mom, and guess what was the first thing she did?
Put him on child support.
Put him on child support.
You know who started child support?
No, I don't.
Women.
Of course.
No, I'm not saying it like it's a Hold up. I'm not saying it like it was a super revelation. But let me finish where I'm going with it.
Okay.
Remember back in the days, before the dawn of man.
Okay.
I like to call it early 80s. What you call it?
Yo.
The 80s?
80s and the 70s or whatever. Maybe even before that. Matter of fact, I'm tripping way before that. You used to always hear the stories of men taking care of women's kids that were not theirs. And they was just raising them. Because that's kind of what the men did back then. So, of course, women nowadays hear those stories and consider those men to be virtuous. No, there definitely was a different time. Men that dealt with women that had kids already and they was really dealing with that woman, they just took the responsibility. But I don't believe the women of yesteryear were threatened. I'm not saying all of them weren't, because I'm pretty sure it was at some point. They weren't thrown in the face, you ain't their father. You ain't this, that.
Oh, no.
They weren't weren't drawing the
Right.
line in the sand.
Right.
They weren't drawing the line in the sand. Mm-hmm. It was, look here, he's in this house. We deal with each other, or we got married, or whatever.
That's your father.
You know who your father is, but you will respect this man. And you didn't have to. The guy probably didn't have to always say, "Well, you're not my dad." He didn't have to hear that.
Right.
I think it started when women started drawing that line in the sand, being like, "Well, you can't discipline them." Oh, really? So since I can't discipline him, I can't dispense any of my money towards him either. That's why when that story of the guy bringing his kid to McDonald's, it made me happy. Because he was like, nah, that kid has to learn. Put this, mommy, you made this kid learn a tough lesson. Yeah. He meant learn a tough lesson. Why does he have McDonald's and I don't? I would have been eating my burger with my son like, because his father is still around, you need to find yours or whatever. Now, of course, I would never say that to a kid, but you don't get to have it both ways, lady. You don't get to just be treating the guy for his pockets but then be like, nah. Well, you got to discuss that with me. Of course, we're not talking about doing major moves, cutting his hair, doing stuff like that.
Right.
Yo, the man, I feel like this. If a man is in the house and the man and you have been dealing with each other, he can discipline. You know what I'm saying? And discipline, I know a lot of times people hear discipline, they think physical.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Because it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I kind of feel that's kind of exigent if a guy got to put his hands on what you call it, on the kids. But other than that, nah, if he's there, you better respect him like he's your pops.
How you discipline a kid without putting your hands on him?
Well, nowadays,
that's a boy.
Well, I'm gonna let Dev go after this, but what you call it? But nowadays, well, it's with gadgets and stuff. You definitely take that phone, definitely take that remote control. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Of course, you can still. I don't even think the kids know that they can turn the TV on. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely have to take technology away from them.
Sounds good, but we've all worked with kids, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
We've all worked with boys that said, "No, you're not getting my phone." What do we do?
Go ahead, because I know what I'm gonna say. But go ahead.
I mean, are we talking about boys that aren't in our households, or are we talking about boys that we discipline? Like,
I said, how do you discipline a child without being physical, especially if it gets to that point?
I mean, I don't know any other way to do it but fight well. I'm sorry. I mean, listen, it's how I was raised. I'm sorry. If you talk tough, you got to fight. That's just what it is.
I got away. Okay, bet. So let's just say said boy is outside. Okay. No, we're in the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what? It's time for me and you to get it on. All right, bet. You know where I'm going with it.
I've used this move because I've used this move.
Walk outside, I'm going back up in the house because your keys and stuff inside the house. I'm locking your ass out.
Yo,
now you outside. You can't get
full
in.
disclosure.
And you can't get in.
I've had this conversation with my son. It's like, okay, yeah, this is where it's going. All right, let's go. Take a step outside. Come on, let's go outside. He stepped outside, and I closed the door in his face, and I locked it.
Oh shit!
Call your mother. He had his phone on him. Yeah, call your mother.
He started banging on the door?
No, of course not. No, he ain't banging on my goddamn door. You crazy? Yeah, no, he
went banging on your door? Why he ain't banging
because I fight, Will. I fight. But yeah, he went and he talked it out with his mom, and mom came and picked him up.
Yeah, but you reminded me of a story that I seen the other day. Dude found out that he wasn't the father of this chick's child, and he had went to jail for child support.
Oh!
He found out years later that he wasn't the father. What kind of justice can be done for this?
Well, first off, I want my money back. That's at bare minimum.
To begin.
That's bare minimum. Begin. I'm definitely going to need all my bread back.
With interest.
How do you get that back?
Because I feel like that's a scam. You're a scam artist.
I understand that.
They've given money back before. That's not far fetched. They've given the government. They've given money back because I know a few real life incidences like that. It doesn't happen like overnight, but they definitely get the money back.
This man was in jail for like 8 months though.
Okay, so yeah, you can't get that jail time back.
No, they've paid more money on top of it.
Yeah, you can't get time back. Yeah, it's no way.
Well, it was 8 months. 8 months. Money. 8 months. Well, somebody that's almost, and I'm just being it, but somebody tell you, okay, you get locked up for 8 months, but when you get out, we'll give you $10 million.
Yeah, I'm doing 8.
Doing 8.
So what's the number though?
Months.
What's months? What's the low though?
Who's giving this man $10 million though? Ain't nobody giving this man $10 million.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But in this situation, hypothetically, we're in podcast question world now, right?
Thank you.
Right.
Hypothetically,
well, this was a real situation.
What's the lowest number you're willing to take?
To do what?
To do 8 months.
To do
8 months in jail.
Me personally,
$250K.
You said $250K?
8 months.
You doing?
This is no. We're not.
8 months for $250K.
We talking white collar. 8 months.
I'm not
low security.
That, bro.
Okay. All right.
No,
$2
you're
million.
in jail. You already did jail.
$2 million.
$2 million. You don't think? So
$2
for
million.
those 8 months.
What we talking about?
Okay, like Dev said, okay, you just did 8 months for a kid that's not yours and child support that you shouldn't have paid.
Right.
We already know you can't get back time. That's not what we're arguing. What we're saying is he initially said 250, then he said $2 million. So I'm asking you, we're asking you, so if you already did this 8 months, you've already did it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're being mad is being mad. But the government, the state or whoever offers you $2 million for your time. Are you fine with that?
Of course I'm fine with that because I just did 8 months.
Okay.
But
so I'm saying, yeah,
they're
it's
not
due.
offering nobody
Okay, so what I'm saying is you have to do 8 months.
for how much?
Exactly. So what's the number
No,
you're
exactly.
taking?
What's the
So
number?
let's say, so what's the number?
Be a lot of money, yo. Like, you just-
Okay, so what's a lot? What's
What's
the
a
number
lot?
you're willing to take for 8?
At least 8 figures.
8 figures.
At least 8. I'm not going to jail for 8 months.
But we just start. But the crazy thing is, we started off that part of the conversation. I said 10 million. You was like, what? That's 8 figures.
I don't even know if I would do it for 10 million, bro.
10
like
million.
What?
It's only 8 months.
You won't do.
it's only
Hold on. You won't do right now. Forget child support because I need to see where your mind is at. You mean to tell me right now, if somebody came to you and said, "Joe, you have to do 8 months in jails for whatever the experiment is, white collar. Don't worry, we're not talking about getting physically hurt inside jail or nothing.
No rape. There's no rape in this jail.
Nothing. You're not.
No,
you're not,
it's a rape-free prison.
No, forget rape. No, listen. No rape in jail. No rape. No fighting. No nothing.
No gangs. No rape.
No fights.
White
no
collar.
fights.
No fights.
White collar.
Oh,
But it's jail.
So y'all talking about fake jail?
No, I'm talking about jail. I'm talking about jail.
No. Y'all talking about fake jail?
Okay.
Like y'all putting. I'm talking about real jail.
Okay.
Do time
So
for 8 months.
yeah, I'm talking about low security prison. Okay.
Because that's a thing. That is
That's
a
a
thing.
thing. That's a thing.
I get it, but I don't
8
go to
months.
jail, bro.
You won't go to jail.
We don't go to jail either. But
Nobody wants to go to
somebody
jail.
came to you and said,
Nobody wants to go to
for
jail.
10 million, you're not doing 8 months?
For 10 million, I'll think about it.
You got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to think about it.
No, I wouldn't go.
You're not going.
What about you?
As soon as he's finished asking the question, yes, I'm $10 million for 8 months.
Hey, yo, I just
8
live
months.
a really good
Listen,
life, and I don't have $10
okay,
million.
that's great, Will. But when you finish the 8 months, how much better is your life going to be?
I get it. I do. I really get it.
I like my job. But 8 months, I can do 8 months in jail. I feel like I'm in jail now. I can do 8 months. I can do 8 months.
And I ain't getting paid
On
nothing
my
yet.
head. 8 months?
Hey, yo.
Nigga, please.
You gotta do it.
Nigga, please. Yes.
Shit. I can probably do 8 months too. I don't want to. It's a fact. Like, yo, I'm not doing that.
That's cool, and I'm glad you are living said great life, and there's no cap for you. All I know is this right now, Mr. You know he's an AP. You know,
Yeah,
he's
right.
like
He on one of them old money can't buy happiness ass niggas.
No,
right?
no. He
niggas,
is. No,
emotionally wealthy ass niggas. That's what that's who he is. I got all my joy inside ass niggas. I see what he is.
Yo,
Yeah,
niggas
right.
is tripping.
all I know is after me and Dev do this 8 months,
Yeah, nigga.
and
Fuck, y'all
Nigga,
doing it together?
nigga, I'm gonna work
No.
on my body in that
What is this?
motherfucker, man.
you gonna still be an AP,
Yeah, you do your thing. Do your thing.
and we're gonna be talking to you crazy on this podcast. after
Crazy.
that.
Crazy, nigga.
The conversation is gonna change completely.
This bitch having money fights.
And I'm right out here like, yo, my guys got me.
I got you when we get back, nigga. I got you when we get back.
Yo, hell no. Yo, first off, the first 5 episodes, you're like, stick act like he know what's going on. Nigga been outside.
Nigga ain't outside.
He been outside for the last 8 months.
Right, yeah, right. What you
Nigga,
doing?
I've
been doing what you
Y'all
been
been
doing.
inside, nigga. Hey,
I'm in the best shape of my life, nigga.
hey, yo.
I'm like, yo, you know Dev averaged 40, and what you call it?
in the prison league, nigga.
joint or whatever. Please. Studies show. Nah. I guess studies should show. There's I'm not gonna say a rumor going around. because I think us men understand this in its whole totality. Women give them the best version of, not the best, excuse me, I don't even want to say the best version of themselves, because that's something different. But women give their best years to toxic men, and then they turn around after those toxic years are up with those men, and then now they're demanding the non-toxic guy, the great relationship that they've been yearning for so-called all their life. After they've been going through the ringer, after that, I hate to use the term washed up because that's subjective too. But the point of their life where it's like the novelty or the thrill might be gone in dealing with that particular woman. Is there any truth to that statement?
Yeah. But I also think that men do the same thing. I think that, men do good women dirty sometimes, and men don't be ready to settle down like that until they get a certain level of, it might be a little washed up. You know what I mean? Especially if you a guy that's in the mix. You know what I mean? You ripping and running. You might, run over some chicks that's good girls and that may be ready to settle down. You might look back and say, hey, I messed that up. You know what I mean? But I think women is the same way. I think that they give, they bad girl summers to these toxic guys, some good years to some toxic guys. And then at the end of the day, when they are used and abused, they be demanding, the same level of, stuff from the good dudes. So yeah, there's some truth to that.
I'm also believe that it's just kind of where you meet people at. Some people aren't ready for relationships when others are. Maybe those scars from those toxic relationships, kind of put them in a place where they're so damaged that they're not willing to, let those, red flags, so to speak, turn into toxic relationships. So, once they see behavior that turns this way, well, we can't do this anymore. But I don't subscribe to the washed up, I've sown my royal oats and now it's time for me to settle down. I think, when somebody actually brings that out of you, then that's the person that you're supposed to be with.
Nah, we're not gonna do that. Niggas get washed up.
Niggas do get washed up.
Women get washed up too. Like, people be washed up. You once was that and now you're not. It happens. Father Time is undefeated. You know what I mean? You get washed. People get washed. Now, what I will say is it's not even for men and women because what men got to offer lasts longer than the physical stuff that women got to offer. A lot of women, it's not really about a physical appearance for men. It's about a status or what a man can do for you. You know what I mean? For women, you know what I mean? With men, initially, it's physical. Like 9 times out of 10, initially it's physical. Yo, why's your face like that, yo?
Because I don't hear that bullshit. I'm sorry. Look here. For one, I've never been in a toxic relationship.
Never.
And no, never. I used to hear about these things, those toxic relationships, and I had to look back in my life. I was like, I've never been in one. And I'm going to take it a step further. I don't think there's a woman out there that'll ever say that they was in a toxic relationship with me. Because when I hear toxic, I hear all kind of vile shit that goes along with being toxic or whatever. Now, I'm not talking about unfaithfulness. It's not toxic.
It's pretty toxic.
It might be
cheating's pretty toxic.
No, because you can cheat and you can be cheated on. It's not about being even. But I think it's when you're a serial and it just keeps going on and on. That's what makes it toxic. Cheating one time on somebody doesn't make you a toxic relationship. Continual cheating. That's like we talk about being a sucker. You can do something. You can do a sucker move.
But doesn't make you
but
a
if
sucker.
you never do it again, you're not a sucker. You're not a lifelong sucker.
That's not the only toxic trait.
No, I didn't say that was a small example.
That
was a small example of one.
Right. But being in a toxic relationship has nothing to do with cheating. You two could just not be good for each other. You can bring out the worst in each other. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's anything. One person could be leading a person into believing something that they're not. That's toxic.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is toxic. I'm saying that we're not debating. I need you to clarify for me, because if you're saying it's not two people just aren't good for each other, that's what makes it toxic.
If they stay in it.
But if they're staying in it, somebody has to start feeling that it's overwhelming.
Right.
That's the whole point. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship where the person was overwhelmed by me and that I was overwhelmed by the person.
Okay.
And I done been in relationships. I've been cheated on before. I've been done wrong. I've done wrong. I've cheated. You see what I'm saying? Like that.
So at that point in time in all of those relationships, they ended.
Yeah, they didn't end like right there.
Okay.
They didn't end right there. I hate to use the word amicable.
Okay.
Did you hate to use the word? I think I'll do.
I don't think you hated to use it.
I think what I like to do is I'll just be like, you know what? It's time. In my mind, I'm like, it's time to make her break up with me. You see what I'm saying? It's time. Now that's a toxic.
There we go. Now we're getting to it. That's when it gets toxic.
That's a toxic move.
It's a very toxic move.
It's a toxic move. It's a very toxic this. Move. I know what to do to make you really hate me or whatever. So I don't choose to sleep with your best friend. I'm just trying to get it over with.
Gotcha. It's an option.
Now,
see how toxic this shit just got, Will?
Now,
you just gotta ask the right questions. We're right asking the right questions. That's all. I know this nigga. Like, it was like how you just have all of these great relationships and nigga, you married now. You ain't married to all of them. Like, come on with the bullshit. All my relationships is great.
All the women.
Yeah, all of them. All of them. You can call all of them right now and they're gonna tell you I'm the greatest nigga of all time. Go ahead, please.
No, a lot of them will probably say, definitely, no. Okay, but I do have a toxic trait. Now that I think about it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I can be selfish at times.
Okay, all right, there we go.
And by selfish, I mean, it's my way, not the highway, but it's my way because you probably don't have a better way.
Hell, that's the highway.
Yeah,
that's the highway. That's the highway. The highway is the best route in any city or state to get where you're supposed to be going, right?
Okay.
So it's either your way or the government built highway, right? There you go. There it is.
Why would you listen to the government over me? Now, sticking to what we talk about with the best shares. No, I do. Before we get to that, how do guys get washed up? Because I think women get washed up physically.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How do guys get washed up?
Okay, my favorite way to see a guy's washed up when
you better not quote 50 Cent either.
No. That's funny though. No, is when they're like stuck in an era of dress.
Hey.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when a nigga continuously like wears big baggy clothes, like that. Like if a nigga looks like prime Dipset. Like that nigga, like, come on, dog, you're washed. You're washed. Like, and it doesn't have to be like genetic things, like, cause I always key to like, I don't care about like niggas going bald or whatever, because Michael Jordan made bald cool. So, at one point in time. So I don't think it's about, but hairline does play a factor. But mainly
physical.
I'm saying it's both. I'm saying that's two sides of that coin. As women can go, be washed physically, so can men. And I'll say, that era of dress, that usually does it. When you start, putting the slide-ons on the slippers, and when you feel the urge to put on a leather sandal, like you're washed.
Hey,
you're washed.
Niggas get washed when they get old and fat, nigga. That's just what happens, Joe.
I wouldn't say that.
No. Listen.
Go ahead, please.
Everybody doesn't have a certain level of money. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you get old and fat and you just a regular nigga and you start to realize that the same quality of chick that you used to attract, you used to go step in the building and get all of them, the young to the old, and now, you know,
it ain't hitting the same way no more.
And it just don't hit the same. Hey, you might be a little washed. Your prime is over. It's done. Like we older. Like we had that moment when we was in the building. Like this is our building, and then it wasn't. It just is what it is. I mean, that don't mean that you can't get girls or something. That don't mean that you can't get chicks. That don't mean that you still ain't you. But you ain't getting them like you used to.
Just everybody has a prime, right? We all got a prime.
Yeah.
Man.
So how long could a prime go?
And how much money you got.
Yeah, really.
This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Because with men, it's involved. See, the wash up with men, it starts off physically, but if your money is up, and I'm not talking about being no millionaire, I'm just talking about you in a great space, you can do pretty much whatever you want to do on your level like that, because that's important. And the reason why I said on your level, because people have different levels of things they like to do and stuff. And I still believe I'm ascending financially, but I can do a lot of things right now that I know the average person can't. Or whatever. Yeah. It's not me comparing myself to nobody else to make myself feel better than them. What I'm saying is, I'm not looking at life and being like, damn, I used to be able to do that. I can no longer do that.
Yeah, I think it's like more. That. Yeah, it's more in a sense of self-awareness as you get older.
Okay.
Because you can have a lot of money and be a cornball. And just be an old cornball. And it just makes you even more that nigga's washed because he's okay, so guy that was just in the news just a few days ago, Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
Irv Gotti's washed. He's washed. And not for the simple fact of that Murder Inc. was in the early 2000s. No, it's because now you're out here and you're richer than you ever were.
Right.
But what you're speaking on and the way you're moving and the way you're going about it makes you you're washed now, Irv.
Hey, so this is a good example. Let's stick there.
No, hold up.
No.
Before you go, it's not a good example. And Irv, if you ever see this, I still want you to come. No. For the interview.
I'm about to ask a question though.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said Irv is washed, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Is Nori washed?
No.
100% he is, nigga.
He's
Nori
washed. Is he washed in the sense of being a rapper?
We talking about the context of women. 100% Nori is not getting the same caliber of chick that he got 10 years ago or even 20 years ago.
He's married though too.
Yeah, even if he wasn't, it's just real.
Does married equal washed?
It's real, huh?
Does married equal washed?
Nah, niggas get married when they start.
I mean, you settle. Hold on, wait a minute, because you guys are settling down, right? You're finding and I don't. When I say settling down, I don't mean that this is I couldn't get anything better. This is the woman that you chose to spend your life with, right? Yeah. At that point in time, the rafter goes into the jerseys. You are retired.
Yeah. The jerseys go to the
except rafters. Your wash, my nigga.
Huh?
Except your wash. You washed. You washed. Okay, I thought we were denying it here. Yeah, no. Yeah, you washed.
Hold up.
This is what's going on. I know what's going on here.
So enough is going on. I want to continue to get this brother the floor.
Yeah,
but your jerseys go in the rafters. The rafters don't go into the jerseys. I have to correct that.
This is what's going on.
Crazy.
Nah, I see what's going on. I see what's going on here.
What's going on?
This guy right here.
Oh shit.
Dev is the only one in the room that's not married.
Oh, did we pick that up?
What he's doing is thinking that he's not washed.
I don't want to say it. He's definitely washed. But go ahead. Go ahead. No. He's I want you to go.
No. Get you out of here,
Look at this. His wash is a different wash. Because his wash is a wash that he doesn't have to be washed. He just washes himself. Every 6 months he just washes. I've never seen somebody have a prime 1 week, next week he's washed. Like this nigga just lives in between. He's balancing the scales of being washed and in his prime continuously. So basically, for those that's looking, Dev is going to give you. He's the player that's going to give you 15 points 1 week, 40 the next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, dear.
It's not going to be consistent.
That is a sign
of wash.
Of wash.
No, but wash. I also feel washed is see, Dev took it to the clothing and stuff, and that's funny to me. But some people are stuck in a certain type of era. To a degree, I am too as well. People have their own style, so I try to leave that.
Yeah, I get.
Regardless of what I like for somebody to wear or not wear, people got their own style. So I think personally, I look at people a little different when it comes to their clothes. Like you got to be over the top, like for me to be like, oh damn, like you said, if it's those ridiculously overly baggy, because I'm not huge.
You look like a sick lunatic,
on the super skinny.
Right. Yeah,
but I like a good fitting jean,
right,
like that.
Exactly.
Now, if it's Dip set it up, I better be going to a 90s party.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
What I'm saying?
But if you look like a theme, my nigga, like that's you're washed. You're washed. Like if I look at you and be like Wu-Tang, like that's like we can't do that. That's you're washed. You're super washed.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, men, I don't think we give away our best years. We blow it with a lot of good women.
Trial and error.
I say that. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we waste it on toxic women, even though I'm pretty sure if we roundabout way, if you are blown up with a good woman, then you're probably messing with somebody that's toxic or whatever. Right. Just probably not. But that's our version of being toxic and taking some of our better years. But that's the thing about it. I don't think men better years are when they're pursuing all these women.
Right.
That's the trick part of it. You see what I'm saying? Like that. That's the part, and I'm not trying to fully blame it on women, but that's like when it's the chase and we're looking to chase and conquer.
Right.
I think that's just the time we on.
Yeah.
At the time. You see what I'm saying? And I believe, because see, the difference is this. I believe men look back a lot sooner than women and be like, yo, I blew a few good ones.
Yeah.
I think women don't start recognizing those guys until they start messing with it. Because sometimes, like you said, with guys, sometimes it's not about, well, you're not ready, but just sometimes it's kind of like, okay, bet. Because I know Dev has something to say. Check this out. I had this one joint after I broke up. Because when you're in a relationship for a long time, you really have to stop messing with somebody. Like you really have to play the field completely.
Right.
Because jumping right back into another relationship, honestly, that's probably one of the worst things you can do.
That's toxic.
And I believe, thank you. That is a toxic trait.
Yeah.
I believe men do it, and I believe women do it a lot. And I'm splitting it down the middle this time.
Facts.
Both ways. So, and I'm splitting it down the middle because I've done it. I was in a long-standing relationship. I met a woman. This is when I was a lot younger, so I probably was 25, 26, around that time. This young lady, this young woman, she made about 6 figures then. She got money, everything. Everything, it wasn't just the money. She looked good. She checked off a lot of the boxes. I probably should have took her serious, but I didn't. I didn't play with her emotions.
Right.
We had a good time when we were together. We did things or whatever, but I still was subconsciously caught up
in the past
with the ex.
Right.
With the ex. And I didn't even want to see the full-fledged good. Like I think I put a ceiling on the relationship with the new one. Because on paper, I should have messed with her hard body. But I know for a fact I would have been toxic towards her.
You were still attached. Yeah.
Because I was still attached.
Right.
So I think a lot of that has to do with how people deal with these toxic relationships or not. Problem is this. When you're dealing with a certain type of person, over and over and over again, and then being like, well, I don't know. I think one of the worst excuses women bring up is when they say, well, it seems to me these kind of guys always step to me. I'm like, as if you're not putting out that energy for those guys to approach you. It's a reason
to you.
While they're being drawn to you, because this, that, and the third, or you're being magnetic towards them. It's a reason. It's what you're putting out there. It's pheromones. And same thing with guys and everything. So it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. It's enough blame to go around. Yeah. Say this, so to speak.
And that's true. But you hit on something, and it made me have a question. Question arise: when do you think? Give me an age range. A woman's prime is. When do you think a man's prime is, generally?
20 to 30.
Is whose prime?
I think both of them. I think a man's prime, actually, I think a woman's prime is 20 to 30. Anything after that, it's extending. It's an extended prime.
It's like when you ask her age and she gives you that age and you're like, wow, okay.
Because the reason why I say extended prime,
30? Yeah.
Good one. I think the reason why I say extended prime in terms of that is because you still got to remember women mature faster than us.
Right.
As much as we can be mature, let's just go by the science. The science says they mature faster than us. Mm-hmm. So a guy's prime might be, honestly, his prime might really start around 25 to like 35. Our prime comes a little later than theirs because you figure we're talking about women that are about something, that are kind of moving and shaking in their lives. So you figure, let's just throw scenarios out there. By 21, 22, a woman has already graduated college. Now, this woman that done graduated college, she done started her career. She done started something. So she's starting to move and shake. So she's going to have her own apartment. She's probably going to have her own car, have a couple dollars in the pocket. Those are the years of the girls' trips. That they doing all that. You see what I'm saying? Like that. They taking off, so they rocking out. Because you think about it, guys, we do a lot of our traveling at first during the college years.
I understand. But so you think those are the things that are attractive to men? Is that what you think? Those things you just named are attractive to men?
I'm talking about prime years.
No, I'm talking about prime years that you are attractive to the opposite sex.
So I'm
20 to 30.
20 to 30? I would say for both
25 to 35 for men.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go 20 to 32 women. Okay. And then men, I'm gonna say 22 to about 35. I would think with men. I think that's about 35 is about when you start to get that decline.
This is my thing though. It's the reason why I bring up 35 is 35.
Physically.
I think a guy's physical prime is that joint might start at 16, 17, 18. Because, point this, you can go from 16 to 24 all based off your looks. All based off your looks. You can go,
but
you can go from there.
What I'm talking about is your prime attractiveness to women. I'm not talking about just physical. I'm talking about your physical is cool.
See, okay, so
you got a little thing. You got something going on. You financially a little bit.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm with you. That's why I think I said 25. That's why I think I said 25. Yeah, but honestly, 25 to 40. Now that I think about it, 25 to 40 for
I'm
men.
saying it,
because I'm saying I don't believe the average dude it doesn't start registering on how they moving and how things is going good like that until around 25. Have there been exceptions? Of course, there's been a lot of dudes younger that's been doing stuff. I'm not even going to say that, of course. But what I'm saying is, on average, for the guy that's trying to do something in life, by 25, he might have hit his stride. He started hitting his stride because now he's able to do things. Because now, like we said, 16 to 24, chicks are just looking at you, oh, Dev got the dreads and stuff like that. He's a good-looking dude. That's it. Well, you know the nigga don't work. I don't care. They're mesmerized. I don't care if he doesn't work. I don't care if he doesn't have a car. He looks good. I want to be with him. 16 to 24. 25, now, yo, Dev just look good. He ain't got no job. Ah, damn, he do look good. He ain't got no car. Damn, you ain't looking that good no more. Because that woman that has things, because it's other things now that she's attracted to, other than your physical. Right. Is the thing that's not make you attractive. And if you can't stay up from there, so if you was already the good looking dude, but then at 25, you really making money, you doing things, your prime is just extending. So now for that personal dude, his joint might have started 16, 17, and he is about 28, 29, and he's still rocking and rolling. You see what I'm saying? Like that. With guys, how we look at women, the difference is this, and that's a good question, how you layered it. It's always physical with us at first because we really don't care what they doing financially.
And that's my point. So I think that for women, it's probably starts around like 23 to probably 30. 23, they just start to understand themselves. They just start to kind of understand themselves physically, like put it together, know what to dress, how to dress, what to wear, and understand their bodies and stuff like that. Younger than that, they just young and fertile and ready to go. But at 23, they start to kind of put it together, start to mature a little bit.
Right.
But by 30, women, they still can look good. You see what I'm saying? But on average, they start to do stuff that's unattractive to me. Like I want kids tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Start doing unattractive shit.
For real. Like
30 bitches just become serious.
They do in a way. In a way they do.
Oh, you was fun last year. What do you mean? Settle down.
I'm the same person. No,
you're not.
But for men,
you're talking about mortgages.
For men, I think it's probably 27 to about 37. 27 is when you first start figuring out how to get a little bit of money and how to present yourself with this little bit of money. And then in your 30s, you really kind of figure it out. Like, I got some bread. Like, I know what to do. When you're around 30, you really figure out women. Like, I know what they like. I know exactly what to do to get women. Mm-hmm. And then after 37, that's when you start to you might start to decline physically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you don't really have you still have the means to get women because you have resources, but you might not get the particular woman that likes the body style.
Yeah, I would say the belly comes in, the hair fall. Your hairline goes back. Like the muscle mass doesn't look the same anymore. Like these things happen. Yeah,
that's just why I said you will see me with a dad bod hopping out of a Phantom.
Right. Gotta balance it. Gotta balance it.
Look at this fat nigga. Where was that? He's pulling in the Phantom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, how about this?
Money, especially for men, is the great equalizer. Nice. You know what I mean? But if you got money and you in a little bit of shape, you doing all right.
So hold up. Let me just get this straight. So are y'all telling me Steph Curry is the GOAT? Is that what we're saying? Because if you're gonna tell me that Steph Curry is the #1 point guard of all time, and he's already been deemed the #1 shooter of all time, that sounds like the best player of all time to me. So are we prepared to say that?
No, flatly. It's Magic Johnson. Like, what are we doing right now? He's 6'9". His first year in the league, well, we know it's Magic Johnson. We don't have to run through the resume of Magic Johnson, man. It's Magic Johnson. Steph, God bless him. He's one of the best to ever do it. That's without question. 4 championships, unanimous MVP. We still have to run through his resume when we talk about Steph because once you run through it and you look at it, paper to paper, it's worthy of a competition. But he ain't touching Magic, man. Not the Magic, man.
Well, don't agree.
First of all, no, I do agree. But first of all, they asked that man a question. They said, "Are you the greatest point guard of all time?" Right. If I had Steph's resume, I would say, "You damn right, I'm the greatest point guard of all time." I have no problem with anybody thinking Steph is the greatest point guard of all time. Although I believe it, I still believe it's Magic. Steph is still playing. We'll see. I still believe it's Magic, but I have no problem with that. I have no problem with Steph saying I'm the great. Listen, the way he plays, I would feel like I'm the greatest player of all time if I was Steph. Especially, like you said, if I'm the greatest shooter of all time. I would feel like I'm the greatest.
This is the problem I have with that. Maybe we're arguing, maybe the whole conversation, not just with us, with everybody, is based on semantics. I'm talking about being a point guard. And I don't care, because I know what's going to come up here tonight. The evolution. Man, a point guard, his role is to run the show. And Steph doesn't run the show. The game may go through him, but he don't run the show. When somebody grabs a rebound on Golden State, Steph is up court. He's not coming back for the ball.
Sometimes.
They not looking for sometimes, but they're not looking to give him the ball. When they got the rebound, you ain't see too many LA clips where Magic ain't got the ball in his hand and everybody else is hauling ass. I don't think like this. And we gotta start making it what it is. And I know I'm gonna get pushed back because he got a lot of better things going on these people. Steph not a better point guard than Jason Kidd. He's not a better point guard than Jason Kidd. He's just not.
He's not a better point guard.
He's a better player.
He's not a better point guard
I'll give him that.
Than LeBron James.
He's not. He's not. And one of the biggest disservices to LeBron James is he should have probably ran the point guard on paper his whole career. Now, I might have gave it up to him as the best point guard ever had he done that.
Why?
Because he's in the vein of Magic. 6'9", running the show. No, but if that would have been his whole career, that's something I'm going to have to look at. If he would have
played point guard his whole career, by your definition, he wouldn't have been a better point guard.
Than Magic?
Than Magic. No. Magic averaged double-digit assists for his career.
I believe LeBron would have.
Why? The same careers.
Not the same careers.
No.
Because LeBron was, while the responsibility of the team was placed on LeBron's shoulders, the role in the offense was not the same. LeBron was off ball coming up. I mean, he is ball dominant, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But at the same time, there's
what?
still. Yeah. You can be two things. It can be two things. You can be two things.
No, it can't.
Why can't it? He can't be ball dominant.
LeBron runs the offense on every team he plays.
Yeah, but it's where he does it from, not from the point, not the way.
Yes, he does.
He does it from
ball.
He has the ball, but then he's also, but in those Heat years and in those early Cavs years, he was off ball.
In what early Cavs years do you speak? When he went to the finals, his first time, he was on the ball.
Yeah, that was like 2007.
I don't give one fuck. And since then,
Mo Williams.
he's been on the ball.
Mo Williams. That's
why
Boobie
he
Gibson.
can't really play with traditional type of point guards. But let's get
that's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying. Because because he's always had point guards on his team. What I'm saying is that when Magic got to the Lakers, Norm Nixon was in trouble.
The point guard,
right? Norm Nixon was in trouble when Magic got to the Lakers. Nobody was worried about the point guard wasn't worried about his status on the team when LeBron was drafted. Ricky Davis was worried about his status. Darius Miles was worried about their status. The point guard wasn't. Andre Miller, whoever it was at the time, was not worried about that.
They drafted points over in Golden State, huh?
No, they're not because Steph's the point guard. Steph's the point guard. He's a point guard.
He's a point guard.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
But that's the position that they listed.
Yeah, that's what he was drafted as. No, but LeBron was drafted as a small forward.
Yeah. I understand this.
Yeah.
But his thing is Steph is only a point guard on paper.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is in 2023, point guards get buckets.
They get busy.
And what you're saying to the style of offense that they run is when they get the ball out, they all get out.
Right.
They all go.
Right.
If they're not going, Steph is bringing the ball up.
I'll tell you who's not going. Draymond's not going. He's never on the break. Why? Because what are you kicking the ball up to Draymond to do?
That is a fact.
Mm-hmm. That's my point.
Because they have a bunch of shooters, and that's the offense that they run. But when they run a half-court set, or when they're not on the break, they give the ball to Steph. And he brings it up the court.
No, play this. We're nitpicking with
He's a
that.
point
You're
guard.
right. What I'm saying is this. That's my exact point.
He's a point guard.
When the rebound goes, Draymond literally goes back for the ball because he understands it ain't nothing much I can do on the break but lay the ball up.
I feel
Steph and Clay are like this. Let's find spots. And not only that, Steph is going to get attention, so people are going to pay him attention. And now you got Clay over here, might be wide open and stuff like that. Draymond is like, it ain't no reason for me to get into that lane because you don't have to guard me at all.
So when we talk about...
When you have to run the offense and start the plays, Steph has the ball.
Okay, so in a sense, he is a point guard. We
there's
can,
not a sense. He's the fucking
because
point guard.
because I feel like that Steph's talent kind of transcends the position, right? Because Steph can be on ball, but Steph is just as lethal, if not more lethal, off ball. Correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that being said, you don't always classify him as a point guard because
he's always classified as a point guard. He is.
Yo, he's killing you because you being cool. Let this nigga have it, yo.
Because it's
you
not.
know what you want to say.
Because
you know what you want to say.
Really,
this nigga ain't no point.
He's
Just call it what it is.
He's honestly truly okay. So what? All right. So yeah, what it really is that to me, Steph Curry and Allen Iverson are the same nigga.
Thank you. And that's his favorite player.
They're the same nigga. They're the same nigga. Because for me is and it's this and this is what I meant by their talent transcends the position. Because Steph and AI don't ever have to come off the court unless they're hurt or tired. Because AI can be just as dominant off ball as he is on the ball. Just as well as Steph can be dominant off the ball, just as dominant as he is on the ball. And that's why with AI, there was always a less talented guy on the one because you knew AI was going to get busy from the wing.
There was always a less talented guy on the one.
Eric Snow.
That came after Larry Brown came there and changed the offense. I'm a Sixers fan, bro. Allen Iverson was a point guard until Larry Brown came there, and guess what he was classified afterwards?
When did he start winning?
Guess when he was classified afterwards?
A shooting guard.
A shooting guard. When was Steph ever classified as a shooting guard?
That's because Clay's there.
But he's always. But
ain't no point guard there but Steph.
But that's why they say on. That's why my whole post was on paper. He's the point guard.
Yeah.
That's what we mean by that.
Steph don't run the offense. Clay don't run the offense. Steph does. He does. He calls the plays. He does. He runs offense.
But no, that's not what I'm saying. We're not saying about Clay and Steph being interchangeable. We're talking about Draymond is now running the point,
which
makes Steph up.
With Steph.
No, he's not interchangeable, but he is a ball handler. He does become the secondary ball handler. He is the secondary ball handler. He gets the breaks going.
He
starts the break, and that's a main part of their offense. It's a main way they get buckets. The way they get on those runs are on breaks.
Right, but when you need to run the offense, when it's not a break,
because you give it to the guys. But he's the point guard.
Absolutely.
Right, but he's not better than Magic.
Huh? I just say that, but what I'm saying is,
these are the reasons he's not better than Magic.
No, he's not better than Magic
because he's not the better point guard.
No, before you even get to that, because the Sixer fan over here, he think he been slick because he kept saying he's a Sixer fan.
Mm-hmm.
Iverson came into the league in 1996. Am I wrong?
That's about right.
Yes.
That's the 96 draft.
Exactly
96 draft. Yeah, 96 draft. Kobe got drafted. Yeah.
When did Larry Brown become the Sixers head coach?
98, 99,
No.
99.
1997.
Oh, wow. So it's the whole era, right?
Hold up.
It's the whole era.
Hold up.
No,
I'm not even finished. I'm not even finished. Because this is my third point to that. He became the coach in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
When did Eric Stone start playing for what you call it?
99.
1998.
Oh, so he's right there.
Now watch this. This is going to be the kicker.
The Stackhouse year was after that, right?
Hold up. This is going to be the kicker. Because you see how we going down. Iverson in 96. Larry Brown in 97. Eric Stone in 98. Guess what Iverson did for the first time in his career in 1999?
He's leading the league of scoring. Yeah, score.
Why? Because he was off the ball. And he was now a shooting guard. Now he was a shooting guard. Because all the years he was a point guard, none of them scoring titles came in the years he was the point guard. None of them.
What he average?
No, we know he led the league.
What he averaged?
Probably like
what he averaged those other years?
Probably like 30.
He averaged those years that he wasn't there.
Well, Mike was the score.
What he averaged the years that Eric Snow wasn't there.
You tell me. You the Sixers fan.
Yeah, right.
He averaged over 24 points a game.
That's a cheap number. That's everybody.
That
knows
is not a cheap number. That is a scorer. Everybody doesn't average over 20 points a game. Matter of fact, when
you're not leading the league with scoring 24 points.
Yes, you are.
When?
You can.
When?
I forgot what year.
Nobody in the history. Who?
That's not true.
Who? What? 1952?
Nigga, we talking about the 90s. In the 2000s, Mike was top 10 in scoring with 20 points a game.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
In 2000, he was top 10?
In the 2000s, he was top 10. He was on the Wizards.
On the Wizards.
I don't know about that.
Whatever.
I'm going to have to look into that, brother.
Go ahead.
Because I don't buy it. Because I don't buy it.
Don't buy it then. But what you going to buy is Steph as a point guard.
On paper.
On paper.
That's the whole point. I'm not arguing that. On paper, he's the point guard.
So on paper, nobody's a point guard anymore.
No, because Chris Paul.
Nobody's a point guard.
No, because Chris Paul's a point guard.
Yeah, he's the only point guard left in the league. Right?
No. I guess Chris Paul is going to run the 2 now that he's in Golden State. They brought Chris Paul in to run the 2. So I guess Clay's in trouble. But I promise you this, you ain't going to see Chris Brown. I see Chris Brown. You ain't going to see Chris Paul on no break.
No.
Because every time they got a rebound, guess who's going to be right there like this? And guess who's going to be down court?
So when Chris Paul old ass is on the second unit, are you going to tell me that I'm right?
When
Chris Paul old ass is in the second unit, listen, I didn't say he wouldn't start.
So why you say in the second
when
unit?
He's in the second unit running point, when Steph is doing all the work in the first unit, you going to say I'm right? Because starting is subjective. That don't mean he going to start. He come right out the game. It don't matter.
Iverson was averaging 22 points in 97, 98.
97.
And 23 his rookie year. 27 for 98. Still didn't get the scoring title. And in 99, he got the scoring title averaging 28.
Okay.
And then the next 2 years, it was 31, 27.
Jesus.
He was a monster.
And then he got 30 in Philly.
He's 5'10".
Because he was a monster.
Shooting guard, baby.
Yeah,
Shooting
but
guard.
Steph is a
Steph's
one.
Shout out to my man Paul, but I'm gonna have to use
Steph.
one of his sayings. See, now I gotta diss him. Now I gotta diss him. Now I gotta diss your man Steph because Mr. Greatest shooter of all time, which he is, but I watched the greatest shooter of all time, Mr. Wide Open shot in Toronto, wide open in Golden State, wide open in the finals.
Yeah.
I've also watched Mrs. Best shooter of all time can't get a clean shot over Kevin Love. And score 14 points in the finals. He shrinks. But as for him being the best point guard, they bringing up all them 4 titles. That's cute. I see 1 finals MVP. I don't care if Iguodala got it for free. The history books ain't going to read that way. History books is going to say Andre Iguodala has a finals MVP.
Facts.
Same as you got. And you got 4 of them joints.
None of this got anything to do with him being a point guard, by the way.
I don't think...
None of it all.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm more comfortable with Steph being an all-time player, high rankings.
Facts.
As a point guard, I'm sorry, he's not even in my top 5 all time. Because all time they keep only bringing up he got 4 rings. So what?
It's not true.
We talk about point guard. Yeah. Point guard. He got 2 scoring titles.
Yes.
He got 2 scoring titles. He ain't pull a Tiny Archibald.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
scoring title and
double
assists. Your man never even averaged 10 assists for 1 year. He don't even have
that's
one.
a huge factor, Will.
No, it's not.
It's a huge factor.
He don't have 1 assist title.
It's not a huge factor.
No. Not one.
Not one assist title and being a point guard.
No, that's not a huge factor at all.
Wow.
Not at all.
Crazy.
Not at all.
That's crazy.
Because point guards get buckets in 2023.
No, they don't. They started getting buckets in 96 with Iverson. It's nothing new. It's nothing new.
No. So, they get buckets. All of them get buckets.
When the last time Steph averaged 30?
Who cares? They get buckets.
Averaged
33 years ago.
You just said
it don't matter.
Yo, Russell Westbrook literally averaged 30, 10, and 10. 30, and you always used to say you don't respect triple doubles unless they get 30. Yeah. Steph didn't do that. Right now, at
Russell
current
Westbrook,
time,
one of my favorite players.
Right now, and we know this number's going to get higher. Right now, Michael Jordan, Steph Curry. You know how many more assists Steph Curry got than Michael Jordan? 88.
So,
I guess Mike was the point guard.
Ball dominant.
He got 88 more assists than him. Literally 88 more assists. You know how many triple doubles Steph got in his career? 13.
Yeah.
This nigga ain't passing the ball.
He ain't
passing the ball. That's not what he do. He's only a point guard because they can't put him on no other position. And so this year,
they put him in point guard.
They put him at point guard. That nigga ain't no Magic Johnson.
Ain't no Magic.
He ain't no Magic.
I didn't say he was. I said he was a point guard.
He a better point guard than Jason Kidd?
Yes.
How?
Hold up. You know what's funny? You know what's funny with that?
Yes.
We gonna make it a little friskier because I hear what you said and I respect all you say about sports. Prime Jason Kidd being guarded by prime Steph Curry and vice versa, Jason Kidd kills him. And I don't know if Steph kills him.
I do. Steph get busy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we seen Steph get busy over the years. Because when he came in, he wasn't getting busy. Right. Jason Kidd came in getting busy. That's the difference. Jason Kidd came in getting busy. Steph ain't come in getting busy.
And?
So if we talk, no, it's no and because he don't guard nobody. He don't guard nobody. He don't even guard point guards.
I don't care.
My
favorite player ever is Iverson. He couldn't guard nobody. I don't care.
He got 3 steals titles.
Yeah,
he's got 3.
He's a defender. He plays some defense.
Crazy style. Yes,
for whatever reason, but Iverson gonna pick you up. Steph don't play no defense.
He does play defense.
On who?
On whoever he's playing defense.
Yo, right now, we in the park. We in the park right now. You got the first pick. Who you picking?
Magic or Steph?
No, forget Magic and Steph.
Steph.
Who's in the? I got it. My fault. I didn't preface it.
Yeah.
Who's in the park? Kyrie and Steph. Please pick Steph. I hope you pick Steph.
I will.
You'll pick Steph over Kyrie?
And I'm like
Steph over Kyrie?
And I'm like this.
Am I picking Steph over Kyrie?
I'm picking Kyrie over Steph.
100%.
100% I'm picking Steph over Kyrie.
This man literally ran from him in the finals.
He
runs from him every time he sees him.
He never guards him. He's right there clear with it.
He's terrified.
He never guards. He's terrified of Kyrie. And you know he's terrified of Kyrie.
The fuck that got to do with winning? I don't care. I don't care. He's the best shooter ever.
I tell you what he got.
I
tell you what it got to do with winning.
I'm going to pick the best shooter ever.
I tell you what it got to do.
100% of the time over Kyrie Irving.
I'm gonna tell you what it got to do with winning. Since you brought up the winning, this is what all I remember. Here you go. Move.
Definitely got a finals on him.
Move. Hold on. All I know is
got a ring on him.
All I know is Kyrie is dribbling. The only unanimous MVP in NBA history. I'm telling you what you need to look at when y'all are looking at the camera right now. When you get a chance, go look back at that clip. We already know that the shot went in. Don't look at it. Don't look at the shot. I want you to look at 2 things. Look at Steph's feet, but more so important, look at his face. He's playing D like a nigga that know he can't play D on a nigga. He didn't. Yo, you know what's funny? That wasn't a good contest. That shit was jumping after the fact. It was over. Kyrie had this much space created on one shot.
Those are facts.
And then I watched the best point guard of all time come down court with fucking clubfoot motherfucking Kevin Love and couldn't get a fucking shot off. Now I gotta diss him. He's trash.
He's trash. Now he's trash.
Now he's
trash.
Now
he's trash.
You can say whatever you say. I watched Kyrie be ass by himself. He wasn't ass. He just couldn't win at all.
But he never LeBron all them years.
You're right. A lot of people went with LeBron.
Yeah, if Giannis didn't pull that bullshit move, Brooklyn would have had a championship. But once you put if in a sentence, you know what it is. This is Oshin's View. See us next week. We drop some more fire.
Peace.
Peace.